Burpee.
Yeah, it worked. At first it told me it wasn't working, but then it worked and it was amazing.
I was looking at this one. You was looking
I
at
was
that
looking
one.
over there. You were, it was like, what? I mean, yeah, that's exactly what it was supposed to be doing.
Right. We did exactly correct.
Good morning.
Hi, honeys. Will you turn me up in my headphones?
Absolutely.
Thank you, darling.
Boom. How's that?
It's good. I can hear you good.
Very good.
So, did you have a good night and all that good stuff?
I did. I went to a family night, which was, I don't always get to make it to a family night, but my wife's family has a family night every week. Mm-hmm. And I wish I could go every week, but I could. I just can't, you know. I just can't. When you grinding, when you hustling, is hard to make certain plans.
Well, it's hard for fun time because like a grinding, and I tell me and Kenny go through this. We had this conversation often, you know, especially if you dating a no or married to or whatever. Somebody who's like on the quote unquote grind, right?
Right.
So in my mind, when I'm grinding, like any time that I'm not grinding, I'm wasting time, right? It
feels that way.
It feels that way. I know it's not that.
Yeah.
I'm very aware.
Yeah.
But the grind is, I'm grinding because I'm trying to get somewhere, right? So like the longer it takes me, then the longer it's going to take me to get there.
Absolutely.
So you could tell me, oh, Nika, just relax, take the night off. And in my mind, that put me 6 hours behind getting to where I'm going to get to. Right? So the more I stop, now I'm 12 hours behind. It's going to take me 12. So it just pushes me back to getting to where I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
So that's how that's in my mind. That's why I be like, man, I got to grind because I'm trying to get to a point.
Yep.
Let me get close to the point, and then I'll relax.
But even then, we're never satisfied. I saw this great documentary about. I got an advanced copy. It's for a CNN original. Well, CNN got together with two movie companies, and they made a documentary about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay.
Look at me.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg is one of the two female justices on the Supreme Court right now.
Oh, cool.
She's the older one. The other one is Sonia Sotomayor, which was the first Latina. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was the second female. Period. Right, and Bill Clinton nominated her to be Supreme Court justice back in the 90s. Her story is amazing. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is they put this whole aura on her, right? They call her and the documentary is called RBG, and they call her the notorious RBG, right? And she is right now like a millennial's dream. They love her the way they loved Bernie. You know what I mean? Like they're in their 80s and they're whatever, but they have changed the world, kind of, you know. And she has changed the world. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg's, I told you all that because her husband, right, who was also an attorney, he was like the biggest, most respected tax attorney in New York because she's from Brooklyn, right? Moved to D.C. And then so he kind of gave up his practice to go with her, right? And this was at a time when this was at a time where it wasn't about the woman in a relationship, right? It was about the man. So when she graduated from law school, no law firm would hire her in New York City because no. Why would you want to take the place of a man? Right. This was in the 50s and then 60s. The women's lib movement really started to catch speed, and she was at the forefront of that. And so she argued in front of the Supreme Court a bunch of times, like because she took up the cause, right? And so a lot of the advancements for women through the 60s and 70s, and then also in the 80s even, was because of her and because of her work and her, you know. And Gloria Steinem, huge women's lib movement figure, said she's the only real life superhero that I can think of.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's just this really small
woman,
tiny little waif of a woman,
they
right?
They always come in small packages like that, but
and she's quiet, and she doesn't. And it was funny to hear some of her like schoolmates and stuff. You know, Ruth was one of these people that, you know, she'd be around and you'd never think that she was even paying attention.
Yeah, forget she even there. Oh, Ruth,
like,
I forgot she was in the room.
Hey. She's so quiet, but her actions were like that of a lion. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like she is just the quiet, like she's the when it was over, I thought to myself, she's the embodiment of the phrase
silent but deadly.
Speak lightly, or but walk with a big stick.
I was about,
you know what I mean?
That's a fart, silent but deadly.
Yeah. Right,
that's a fart.
That's a different thing. That's a different thing.
But yes, absolutely.
So amazing documentary, and it was one of those things where I just wanted to have in the background while I worked, and then it turned into.
You was watching it, yeah.
Got me for an hour, and I was like, oh, okay, got to get back to work. But it was like, it was amazing. It was a really good doc. Her life is amazing, and she works out every day. 80 plus years old, and she's got a trainer.
Love it.
And her thing is like, I am not leaving until it's okay, and until I can't do the work anymore.
Until I can't do the work anymore.
Oh, and it all takes me back to this. So her husband was one of these people that always supported her. And it was also at a time where it was really about the husband and the husband's work and how the husband did.
This is the opposite situation going on.
And he was like, okay, so he left his practice to support her. Is like, and they asked him. My peers would always ask me, you know, what are you going to D.C. for? You know, you're in New York. You're the biggest tax attorney in New York. Like, why? He's like, oh, because my wife got a good job.
Yeah.
Right, as the Supreme Court justice, right? I went to D.C. because my wife got a good job, you know.
Yeah.
And he minimized, you know, he didn't have to minimize his role. He was in his own right, you know, a giant in his career, but the grind, and she was a grinder. So he would constantly have to go and find her at work at the Supreme Court and say, "Okay, honey, it's time to come home now. Time to eat."
Right.
And then 2 hours later, okay, I'm finishing. And then 2 hours later, she gets to go home.
Yeah.
And then she eats and then starts working at home. He's like, okay, it's time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Right? And then she would be like, yeah, okay. But that was like every night.
Yeah.
And this is a woman who would average 2-4 hours a night of sleep and just keep, like, it was all about the grind.
I'm telling you, that's
he would support her,
that sounds like Kenny. He'll be like, all right, stop working, like, come home.
Time to work.
Time to stop.
Right.
Time to go each one. I'll be like, okay, don't you see? But then in the back of my mind, I know it's good because I can't work and not sleep and not stop and not eat, because I will. I'll forget to eat, and I'll forget to. I was working. I forgot to eat. How you forget to eat? Just forgot.
I wish I had that problem sometimes. I forgot my cake. You forgot your cake.
Yeah, you never forget. He never forgets his cake.
I got my keys. Got my wallet.
Got my cake.
Got my cake.
Well, look, check it out. Today we're gonna get some awesomeness today.
Okay,
we have some people in the building today that they're putting on a show. This is, I know for sure, the second annual because they were here last year talking about it.
Okay.
But they are, I want to say spiritual, gospel, whatever, singing for the Lord. And they good.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, they was like, can we bring singers? Yeah.
Okay.
I like song in the morning.
Yeah.
Me and Zay be like, yeah.
Absolutely.
So we've got some fantastic folks that are going to be here. Well, actually, they're already here, but they'll be in here in a little bit.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that.
Betty cool.
Yeah.
Betty
So
cool.
what are we celebrating today? What's the temperature? What's the weather look like? What are we eating today? All that good stuff.
You ain't eating nothing. You never eat anything.
We'll see if
I
like
tell you.
We'll see if I like
you need to celebrate. Anyway, it's another gorgeous day in the Alamo City today. Partly cloudy skies with a high of 97 degrees. And tonight's Low is actually going to be 75.
What?
So skip the 77. We dropping down a little bit lower.
Glow said, cold. Did I hear cold front? Pulling out my boots.
Yeah. It's time.
We're so bad.
It
man.
is not
you're
time.
Gonna say, you're gonna laugh at us. I promise.
Not time.
When winter comes, you're gonna be giggling.
I am
You're
looking
gonna be
forward.
giggling.
I'm looking forward to the comedy. For sure. And basically we're just gonna be teetering and tottering all through the 90s for the next 10 days. So but either way, tomorrow also mostly sunny with a high of 97 and a low of 76, and you're gonna get those same numbers throughout the entire weekend. But for your Labor Day, get ready because Sunday will be raining, some thunderstorms in the area, and then Monday will be scattered thunderstorms in the area.
Oh, it's gonna be raining on Labor Day.
It's gonna be raining on Labor Day.
I'm
but
almost excited about
not
that.
so much. I understand that it's gonna be not so much that you have to change your plans, but just be careful because there will be scattered
rain.
But and also thunderstorms, which I don't know if you guys have any other types of storms, but the
Other than
thunder
thunderstorms?
kind. Yeah.
Yes.
I've never seen like sprinkling. Oh, it's just light rain. Every light rain is accompanied by
Thunderstorms, absolutely.
Yeah.
So San Antonio, so my peeps out there, right? Tell me if it's just me or, am I just being messy? You could say, nigga, you just being messy. It's okay. I might be. But ever since our Labor Day activities, like, I don't realize it's Labor Day. We used to have a Labor Day activity.
What's the Labor Day activity?
This is kind of me being petty right now.
Okay.
We used to have a Labor Day activity, right, that happened, and it was the Labor Day weekend of concerts and things, right?
Okay.
And it just, things didn't go too well over the years of things, right?
Okay.
And some drama happened a
Okay.
couple of years back, and had the city in a little bit of an uproar. And they claimed that they were going to continue this Labor Day festival, but it has not been continued in the last few years. But I completely forgot that it was Labor Day. I mean, when I say this was a thing, like we was on the news and stuff, and people done stole from the people in the city, and they owe the city money. I mean, I was like, Lord have mercy.
So the city was
an event.
Kind of had a Labor Day celebration.
No. A promoter had a Labor Day celebration. That ended up owing the city money along with people that live in the city money because the event didn't really go off the way it was supposed to.
Okay.
Yes.
So the promoter no longer does the Labor Day event because
he might get shot.
Because it went bust. Oh. So the promoter didn't know how to act, basically.
The promoter was doing wrong.
He was doing wrong.
Don't let him tell the story. He'll tell you that Ticketmaster, it's all Ticketmaster's fault. But
why you even didn't?
It's just the whole thing. I'm trying not to be, but I'm just saying, I literally forgot because Labor Day before was it's Labor Day weekend. It's coming up. There's this going on. Woo, 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 woo. There was always so much happening. Now it's like, it's Labor Day. When did that happen?
Now it's just a mattress sale.
I'm like, oh, you mean it's this weekend? Like, oh, right. It's just a mattress sale.
Oh, my God.
Like, literally, if you wouldn't have said, someone said Labor Day yesterday, and yesterday I was like, when's Labor Day? And they were like, this weekend.
Monday.
And I thought, oh.
You know who knows always when Labor Day is? People with regular jobs.
Right.
It's the day off. I know it's Labor Day.
Because that's what I'm
looking forward to.
this.
Whole 8 hours.
I'm looking forward to this long weekend. Why is it a long weekend? What's going on?
Right.
Labor Day.
When you don't even know it's weekend.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. The people know what I'm talking about, man. They know that it's not.
Well, either way, enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Bring an umbrella, but have fun. And maybe someday there'll be someone new who will do an event on Labor Day weekend, create another tradition, make it awesome, and the entire city can come and celebrate and
remember
enjoy.
when Labor Day is.
Exactly. It is August 30th, and we're celebrating two different things today. Today is National Grief Awareness Day.
Oh, man.
Right? So be aware that there are people that aren't
grieving.
as happy as us.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So there is grief out there.
If they are going through a grieving time,
right,
lay off on all the freaking bull crap.
Yes.
You know, you should do this. You shouldn't still be sad. You should do this while you sad. You should feel like this. You should shut up. I'm grieving.
You have some grief.
I don't want to do nothing. I want to be sad and cry and feel sorry for self. And I'm grieving. You know, people grieving, and then people, I want to tell the grieving person all kinds of what to do, how to act, how to go, what way to turn.
Yeah, and in all actuality, the only kind of assuasion to grief, or cure for grief, is time. Time. Like, you can't. There's nothing. If I'm truly grieving, there is nothing you can. There's no words.
Nothing you can say.
There are no words.
I mean,
literally no words that are going to help.
So I've lost both of my parents, right? So I mean, like, from the rooter to the tutor, there are no words you could tell me.
No words.
Oh, this is going to be okay for you, right? It'll get better in time. Your time, right? Because you're gonna forget that I lost my parents, but I don't forget that.
Right.
On a daily.
It just
I
time makes it a little easier to deal with.
What time does is keep you from crying in aisle 5 over the pickles.
Right.
Because it's 2:00, and the last time you saw your daddy, he was eating pickles. Right. Pickles. He loved a good pickle sandwich. He loved it. That's truth, man. That's how it goes down. Yes, that's how it goes down.
I used to read the Inquirer with her. Anyway. And grief comes in all shapes and sizes. It doesn't even have to be about death. It could be about, I walk in here, there is 0 cake every morning. And yet, I get through my day somehow. Yeah. And it's only, really, I get over it when we press go. That's the only time I'm truly over it.
And when we press stop, he'd be like, cake.
No cake. Anyway, so it is National Grief Awareness Day. So, one of the other great things that you can do in trying to help somebody going through a grieving process is really just listen. Be there to listen.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that is the probably the best thing that you can do. Is just listen. And if they don't want to talk, if they don't want to talk, then just sit there.
And pay the bill for the drinks.
Okay.
I mean, you said the best thing to do. That is the best thing to do. I listen to you, and I'm going to pick up the tab. Man, now I'm crying because I'm happy.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
These are tears of joy.
Oh, boy.
Okay. We already have 10 people talking to us. Are they talking to each other like they were yesterday?
I don't know.
Okay,
it is also National Toasted Marshmallow Day.
Toasted marshmallows.
Yes.
Okay, now let me tell you something about toasting marshmallows. I love to toast marshmallows.
Not you liking something I say in the morning.
Love to toast marshmallows. However, I don't like the way marshmallows taste. So, I toast them, and then I pass them.
And then you give them to somebody.
Yes.
All right.
I toast them, then I burn them.
I guess that's apparently it has to be a little burnt on the edges and stuff.
And sometimes you just burn them too much because you're being But I burn them, and then I get them real nice, and I'll be like, who's got a graham cracker? And then I give it to him, and then I'm like, burn another one.
I think
I'm a camping girl. See, we went camping growing up, so the fire, I love camping. I love outdoors. So the s'mores is all day. Love it.
But it's part of the experience.
But I just don't like to eat them.
You don't like to eat them.
Yeah.
So therapy is not out of reach for everyone, Nika. There is a love of fire that I saw the gleam in your eye for.
A little bit.
And I think
it's not too late.
I know somebody that we could talk to about that. Don't worry. I'll go with you to the first appointment. I'll hold your hand.
Oh.
And then I'll just be there to listen.
Yeah. Make sure she has no matches.
So there you have it. Those are the two things you can do. Another place that you can get some great information about how to either deal with grief or deal with people, friends, family members, etc., who are dealing with grief. You can go to change.org and get some information right there. In case you're not the one currently dealing with grief, but you need.
But you need to know.
You need to know.
Yeah,
you need to know.
I love it. Thank you, Saul. I thank you, Saul.
You're welcome.
Ta-ta-ta-ta.
Let's see. Okay, what are people saying? Because you're just reading.
I was me reading.
Let's see.
That was me catching up on things.
I think I broke my situation.
Somebody said, good morning, and don't forget to eat. Glow said, I just realized that Labor Day is coming 2 days ago. Child, everyone likes telling me how to feel and how long to feel it. The only way to support someone is by letting them know that you are there and that you love them.
There you go.
Mia says, Glow Armor, yes, the ministry of presence.
The ministry of presence. I like that.
Good morning, Glow. I had to call Glow last night because I literally said her name 23 times yesterday.
Oh, my goodness.
So, after you say somebody's name that many times, you're either talking bad about them or they just came up in a lot of conversations. I was like, let me call my friend.
I might show up on 23.
Just saying, let me call my friend because I wasn't talking bad about her, but I feel like I said a name a whole bunch of times.
Way too many times for normal.
Yeah, for normal, right? And it was out throughout the day because we had a lot of people in, and there's events going on and different things happening. So I might be like, oh yeah, second verse is on this day, and they got these people coming or whatever. Yeah. Glow just had an event, over the past weekend, and so it was just a lot of things, and her name just kept coming up.
There it is.
So I was like, I got to call her.
Absolutely.
Make no sense. But
and Glow's always fun to talk to.
Yes.
I mean, even if you're not thinking about, even if you didn't mention her name 23 times, if you think about her, give her a holler. She's good people.
Give her a holler. Good morning, Stephanie. How are you doing, darling? I always love to see Stephanie's beautiful face on the feed. Always commenting and participating in the conversation. So we thank you, Miss Steph. Love ya.
Word up.
What is that? I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
No, okay. No, that's fine. How do I?
So how do you bring it in? Well, so I'll tell you this much. Yesterday, last night, DJ such and such and Little Mama were talking about an event, right? There's gonna be this person singing and this person this, and I was like, I'm listening on the side thing, and I said, God dang, what is happening? Singers galore
Labor
and
Day
all
is
this
back.
stuff. Right. The Labor Day weekend's coming. There's a concert happening. I was like, who is going to be at all of this stuff? Oh, that's the funeral.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a lineup.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, there's definitely a lineup. And yesterday, Ariana Grande actually got added to the lineup.
She got added to the lineup
to perform. So basically, we're talking about Aretha Franklin's funeral. She will actually be laid to rest tomorrow. And what Nika was saying, what is that? She will actually be the hearse that will be taking her to the cemetery is actually the same hearse that oh my goodness, Rosa Parks was.
Really?
Yeah. So this is that.
Look at me. I'm like,
there.
Really?
Yeah. It's a 1940 Cadillac LaSalle, and it's going to carry Aretha Franklin home.
Rosa. Okay. Like that, to me, I was like, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful vehicle.
Yeah.
So that is the hearse that they use for Rosa Parks as well. She will be laid to rest at the. Oh my goodness. I had read the name of the. She'll be laid to rest in Detroit.
And the lineup is insane.
The lineup for the concert, is also insane. You want me to look up you want me to get the lineup?
I mean, I don't know. I'm almost kind of curious.
Okay, well, I can do that.
I'm almost kind of curious.
Talk to the people.
That is a very it said carried her dad and Rosa Parks.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I just man, that's just really pretty. I don't know. I mean, Aretha, that's one of the things that we discussed yesterday, and that happened to Aretha as well. She didn't have a last will and testament.
Right.
And so, she's got 6 kids, 3 that were close, 3 that were not so close, and a young a niece or something that was taking care of her.
Yeah.
In the later times, and then of course her hubby or dude that she was kicking it with or whatever. She had a man, in her life as well.
Kicking it.
She was kicking it with, but but no last will and testament. So now we're gonna end up hearing all of the who's trying to get what and do what and all that.
Right.
And someone had mentioned yesterday, I think it was Winnie, and when we were talking about it, and it was like, people do plan with their wills and stuff like that. And I'm like, yes, this is something that we're supposed to do.
Right.
That's something that I think that in the minority community we don't talk as much about.
Right.
And don't
we
have
were
as
talking
much.
about that a little bit yesterday too.
As much planning for. So I think that we need to do better in that sense. So we're not leaving so much burden on our loved ones behind. But I mean, yeah, because my parents, they had those times where they're like, okay, we're gonna do our will, and they would meet with whoever. And I don't know what happened, but my mom's was pretty much set up. She passed away first. It was set up but not set up,
Right.
And then my dad never could get, like, he was emotional behind it. So every time he went to do it, it was like he didn't really want to. And then I guess, one night he just wrote on a piece of paper, like, I got to do something. So I'm going to write this on this piece of paper just in case.
Right.
But
then y'all got there. Oh, I guess I got to open up my Jesus, thank you.
Thank you. Exactly. That would be my family, all right. That would be mine. But it's like, but it is important, and even though we're not as comfortable, I think maybe doing that.
Yeah. It's always. I mean, it's a weird topic, right? It's a weird situation. I mean, you're in you as a loved one, you never want to sit down with your loved one and work out the details of their
funeral.
Death and their funeral, right? Like, I remember my grandmother passed 2 years ago, and before that, it was incumbent on my mom to sit there, and she was like, okay, look, I got this money here. This is for my casket. This is for my. And no, I don't want to talk about that. Like, you fine.
But
like,
you have to talk about it.
This is what we got to do. Take me to the funeral. Take me to the cemetery. We're gonna buy the plot, or we're gonna add, whatever. We're gonna make the arrangements. And it's a terror. I mean, you don't want to do that.
It's horrible. When my mom passed away first, and so when my dad did everything, he literally bought all of our plots at the same time then, because that was one thing he wanted as well. Like, this is my family,
right?
And we forever, right? So then he told me if I got married, I could my husband could be buried on top of me, and he was so serious. It was like they could undig your half and put him on top of that, but we all gonna lay together. We have a Cleaver graveyard, so all of our family obviously is in that graveyard. So he bought mine, mom's, and his. Double thing for him and my mom, and then it had little Nika, on there. And so of course it's weird seeing mine, right?
Yeah,
I was like, I go to bury my dad, and I'm looking at and my name is there. I was like,
Nika walked over real quick, put a Post-it over the name, nope, not now. I ain't putting that in the air.
I'm gonna put the end date 30,018. The future, bitch.
Right. Exactly.
That's what I'm going. So yeah, it was very
never.
Right. It was very weird to see my own name.
I ain't here
in the plot. Right.
I ain't never gonna be here.
Very, very weird. So, but he wanted to make sure that we were all there, and he knew if I don't do that, ain't no telling when me and my mom was gone. What she'll do, or what she'll have money to do, or what. So he wanted to make sure that was done.
Right.
And that's.
I wonder. I mean, I guess you would need to tell your family, right? But I kind of wonder when it comes to that point in my life that maybe I just go ahead and make the arrangements and then make a packet.
You can
do
that.
And hand it to either my wife or my kid or my whoever and say
my stuff.
When it's time, just open this and everything is taken. Everything is in there and taken care of, and all the instructions.
That would be great. Yeah.
That way you kind of spare the family having
emotional
and
thoughts.
Thinking about you and all that, and then having to make it's really hard to have to make certain decisions when you're not you're grieving, and at the same time but what do you want on the buffet for the, and it's like, I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
That my dad actually called me on a Saturday night, right? He called me on a Saturday night, and he wanted to tell me about his funeral stuff. Like, in his mind, he's like, I don't know, it just came to me. So I just want to tell you, I don't want an open casket. I don't want nobody looking at me. I need them to remember all this fineness,
okay,
the way it is, right? I don't want them to be looking at me all paled out or nothing. So don't open the casket. Don't do this. Have it here. Woo, woo, woo. That was like his main things, right? So he was calling me to tell me that. For some reason, I didn't want to answer the phone. This is the weird thing. That's why I said there's a God, right?
Okay.
I'm just looking at the phone, and I was like, I ain't answering that.
Wow.
I ain't answer it.
Wow.
The next day, he called me again, and I was like, I called him, and I was like, what was you calling for me yesterday? Because, I answered the phone. He was like, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We talked on the phone for 8 hours. We live right down the street from each other.
Wow.
Right? 8 hours, but my car wasn't working. So I really felt like going to the house and spending the night at the house that night.
Okay.
And I was like, Dad, I feel like coming to spend the night with you, but my car's not working or whatever. So we ended up talking on the phone for 8 hours, and it was back and forth. Man, you the best dad ever. I would have known if I didn't have dad like you. Oh, man, I don't worry about it because you the best daughter, because you do this, and I know that you going to do this. And we just had conversations of life. Died the next day.
Wow.
And that's when I dreamed that he was going to pass that, whatever, and woke up at 2. Your dad's getting rushed to the hospital.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, what in the hell just happened in the last 2 days? Because from the phone call of me looking at the phone, and I remember like it was yesterday, I was like, nope, don't want to answer that. And so when I asked, his best friend told me, oh, he called me after he called you, and he was actually telling me how he wanted this funeral. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, I don't know. He just said, I just feel like telling somebody this right now.
Wow.
And I feel like somebody needs to know this right now.
Wow.
And he had just said that day before, because my dad was a corporate guy, right? He made a ton of money, all that good stuff. We lived in Garden Ridge. We was the first black family. Had our Mercedes and our Audis and a Rood and this and that and the other. And but then he started doing community work. So all that money was gone, right? So now we like living crap, how we gonna keep this and how we go, because we putting everything back into the kids and into the community and not making those big paychecks that he was making before. Mom had passed away, so we don't have double income anymore. So it's a completely different world. Right. So my dad used to always say, the Lord will let me go when I get humility. Because he was a cocky, I'm fine, I'm sexy, you want this. Giving is all get, like he give his last dollar, last dime, everything, but he was just really cocky. So he said, when I can get humility, the Lord will finally take me, right? That week he said, I'm going to go get me a job at Walmart. Yeah. And I'm going to be a door greeter. Okay. He said, I finally got my AARP card, nigga.
There you go.
I'm going to go to Walmart and get me my job.
Okay.
And be a door greeter.
Right.
But that's complete from executive level, making tons of money, doing this, running the shots, to being a door greeter at Walmart. He said it, he was going to go apply, and he died that week. Like, it was almost like you got your humility, right? And I'm going to go do this. But the Lord was like, you ain't got to.
Yeah. All right.
But you ain't got to. But it was just weird, though, because... Yeah. But all of that to just tell you my story of how my daddy passed. But he didn't have one. He had written it on a piece of paper, but he didn't have one that with the lawyer and all that kind of good stuff that was all the way it's supposed to be done. Sure. And I think that everybody should do that, like regardless. And I think, like you said, if you just have to go do it yourself and just say,
here's the stuff.
This is the information.
Here's the packet.
Do it, because it costs $800 just to dig the hole in which the casket goes into. And this is the stuff that you have to deal with after you lost your loved one. Right. You're on the phone with somebody and they're telling you how we finna dig this hole, it's $800, and you like, I got a shovel.
right, exactly.
I can go do, it's just so many emotions, and then the costs. Right. Have you own a pet, and have you ever gone to the veterinarian when you think your pet's gone die or something? They get you in that emotional state, and that everything's so expensive, and you're like, just do it, just save my baby, you know. And that's the same thing. Just put him in a $10,000 casket. My daddy got to be, and my daddy would have been like, I know you did not pay $10,000 for a casket
to put this in the ground, and watch, and not even be able to see it disappear. Right.
So,
oh, well, you should. Well, I remember this too. Oh well, we have we have the deluxe interior where they'll be comfortable.
Yes.
They are gone.
It took me an hour.
Extra fluffy pillow. Yes. And you're like,
It took me an hour to get my dad's casket because I was going back and forth. They had one that made sense to buy, but it was blue, and it was sky blue, and I was like, but this mahogany brown is my daddy, right? Not the sky blue, but then inside the casket it had some kind of angel bird, something that was my mom. So I was like, oh, now that's kind of cool. It'd be a casket, but my mom is right there, woo woo. So that's what made me go with that. But I would have spent that $10,000 on that nice one with the space, because he was all. I was like, is he comfortable? Yeah. I was like, is he all right? Is he all right? But that's the emotion. The emotion. Right?
Makes you think all kinds of ways.
And literally, he was tapping on my head like, don't you dare spend $10,000 on that cash. Don't you do it. And I said, all right, Daddy. All right, I'm not going to do it. I feel like it was okay. I feel like it was okay. So all that to say, make the packet, man. Make the packet, man.
Make the packet. All right, so we found out who is actually who is actually going to be performing at Aretha Franklin's funeral. That is actually set to take place tomorrow. So at 10 a.m. Eastern at the Greater Grace Temple in Detroit. Stevie Wonder, Jennifer Hudson, Yolanda Adams, Jennifer Holliday are going to be among those performing. Also Faith Hill, Ronald Isley, Shaka Khan, Fantasia, Pastor Shirley Caesar, the Clark Sisters.
Told you this was a lineup.
Yeah, the Clark Sisters, Tasha Cobbs Leonard, Bishop Marvin Sapp, the Williams Brothers, Vanessa Bell Armstrong, and classical artist Audrey Dubois Harris. Soprano Alice McAllister Tillman, Aretha Franklin's son Edward Franklin, and the Aretha Franklin Orchestra and the Aretha Franklin Celebration Choir are also going to be there, and of course Ariana Grande, who we said was recently added to the mix.
It's going down. Well, you know what? We have a little bit of a concert in here today too. Do you hear the birds singing?
Oh my gosh! Wait a minute. So this one for her, and then there's Clive Davis. You guys know who Clive Davis is? A super producer. He's planning a tribute concert to Aretha Franklin at Madison Square Garden, and that should be happening soon. So we'll get the dates to that. So Aretha Franklin goes, and man, listen, the music community and the musical world comes together.
About that, like some of the great musicians that pass, right? So like I was thinking, who would get one of those situations like Michael Jackson, where the whole world was mourning, right? Prince, it was a lot of people, but it was nothing compared to Michael Jackson. I don't know anybody who's bigger than Michael Jackson in the passing moment. Like,
I don't. I mean, honestly, a bigger singular artist, I don't think there ever has been.
Because it was literally all over the world.
Yeah.
Like the casket took a tour, the last world tour of ever, because it was all over the world. And I'm like, there's people that folks love, but not like Michael Jackson, man.
It was a different thing, and
crazy.
Pre-computers, essentially, pre-internet,
if you think about it,
media, pre all that.
Yeah, so we weren't even as heavy on that as
So it's not like, I mean, even think about it, 80s. Think about 80, 88. Right? Yeah. So post Thriller, and then we're about to do Bad or whatever, and this guy is touring the world, and people are lining up and being turned away from stadiums, because there's no room to see this guy on the 5th show in Leningrad. You know what I mean? And it's like there's currently 150,000 people in this place, and we had to turn a bunch of people away on the 5th show.
Yeah,
like that's how many people wanted to see this guy and be near this guy. People crying, people passing out, people going to the hospital just from having seen him perform. And then, like you said before, when he passed, other people passed. They were like, nope, I don't want to.
I'm like, what just happened right now?
Love Michael Jackson too much, need to be wherever he's at. Isn't that crazy?
Crazy. That's why I'm like, in sitting here looking, I cannot name white, black, or indifferent. Right. Another artist that will have that effect.
I can't think of anyone bigger than that guy in my lifetime or before that I've heard of. I mean, I know the Beatles invasion was a thing, but I'm talking about like a single artist who had such a major impact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I saw this amazing, a really cool interview with this guy who was his. I don't think he didn't manage him, but he had something to do with his career, right? And he had something to do with a lot of people's careers, a publicist, I think, or something. And he said the first time he met Michael Jackson, he realized there that there was no one. There very few people in the world are not only true artists but also transcendent, different kinds of people, right? Like could have been an alien kind of thing,
right.
But just on a different plane than everyone else.
Absolutely.
Because he would see the artistry in just about anything and be able to connect with it on such a level where people would just dismiss a thing. For instance, he said, when I first met him, we were at a thing and there was a coffee table book.
Sorry.
That's fine. And there was a coffee table book. No, not a coffee table book. It was a book that was like would show him like this is a folder that had like the publicity, like this is what it would be like. It wasn't his personal one, but it was like this is an example of what we're looking at. And this man grabbed this book, and he was like, oh my gosh, like he was connecting with this book. The colors, the artistry, the paper, the how it's bound, and just connecting with it on such a level that it wasn't just because he liked it. He was truly connecting with the artistry that brought it to him in the first place.
Right.
On such a level that he's looking for inspiration in it.
Yeah.
Like it's a book, my man. Like it's a this is an example of what what is done for an artist or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, but
look at it.
Like this isn't even just a regular brown. This is like and you're like,
wow, okay.
But he saw the world that way.
Yeah.
That's why he could look at a tree and be like, right? So that's a different kind of thinking, a different kind of person.
Where and I see it too. I mean, I see folks that are like that where they see God in the tree. Look at it. Look how beautiful it is. Look how he's making it move from each edge. Look at the
And that's a different type.
It's a different type. You got to literally stop.
Yeah. Right.
Stop all that stuff. Stop the thinking. Stop the worry. And literally just almost be in the moment.
Be in the moment.
And all that stuff and appreciation. Well, look, hook up the stuff so we can give them the stuff and they can hear this awesome choir and singers and everybody that is in the building and hear about this wonderful event that they need tickets for. Actually, it's free. The worship choir is free. The workshops, now you got to get some tickets for that, but you want to buy tickets for the workshops, right? Because you want that full experience. So we're going to figure out exactly what I was talking about in literally 2 and 2.
So line up the 2 over there.
2?
What? Hold on.
I know.
I'm not even ready over here. It takes time, people.
2 and 2. Reminding you, of course, that
so you can see it's not me. Right?
Reminding you, of course, that as we move our pizza to Tanksa Pizza on September the 9th, all of the One Radio is going to be in the building. Tons of prizes and giveaways, plus football.
Did you line them both up?
I did.
All right. Right.
Tank's Pizza, located at 902 North New Braunfels Avenue, is the home of a modern interpretation on classic Italian dishes with the use of only the best and high-quality ingredients. You want pasta? They've got it. Calzones? They've got it. Wings? They've got it. And they even got salads for my healthy eaters with lunch specials and a lunch buffet, all for less than $10. And don't forget to wash it down with a glass of Kool-Aid. Their hours of service are Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Be sure you call my people at 210-320-9224. That's 210-320-9224. Yes, they do deliver. Just call them. Tank's Pizza. All that's missing is you. Let's face it, it's hot, and weather conditions are not going to get any better. Bills have basically doubled. But what if I told you I have a way to save energy and money while protecting your family? This is your girl, Miss Nika, and your solution is Builders Systems Group, or BSG. Take the guessing out of saving energy and let your home act for you. Now picture a thermostat that is so smart that based on your location, activity, and even weather conditions, it can dial down to an energy-saving temperature when you leave and begin to readjust to the perfect temperature while you're on your way home. And guess what? I can get you that system for free. And that's not all. How about a
It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes.
Marie, you have pre-diabetes.
Diabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy
Let's
mom.
face it, it's hot.
This is great news. Busy moms never get pre-diabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for pre-diabetes. And way over here, busy moms. No?
Why don't you ever see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. Yeah, I get it.
If you smoked, this new lung cancer screening could save your life. Visit SaveByTheScan.org.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Marie, you have
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Marie, you have pre-diabetes.
Pre-diabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get pre-diabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for pre-diabetes. And way over here, busy moms. No?
Why don't you ever see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. Yeah, I get it.
If you smoked, this new lung cancer screening could save your life. Visit.
All right, we're just gonna go.
I was about to say, do we wait for the end of the commercial or do
what
we
is
not?
happening? All right.
I didn't know. Hi, gorgeous people. We
Hello,
is
everybody.
back. We is back.
Yes.
And I've got lots of folks.
Yes.
See, I told you it's a whole singing situation going on. We had our own concert up in here this mountain, and I'm very, very excited. So, I mean, you know, this is y'all's ball game. So start it off. Let me know what's popping. Let's let the people know.
Well, Lady Cleaver, we are glad to be here this mountain.
Lady Cleaver.
We woke up in our right mind, and God has truly blessed us, and we're just excited to rock with you guys this morning. Behind you, man, we got some of our singers that rock with me, the Worship Gathering crew. Kendall Feaster, Portia Franklin, my homie Jacob Hernandez, and you guys know Walter Sanders.
Yes,
my
yes,
assistant, one of my best friends. And so we're here, man. We're going to sing a couple of tunes, and we're going to just talk to you and just enjoy.
I'm so excited about singing a couple tunes. Like, so, you know, Walter was like, hey, can I bring some singers? I was yes. You know, I was going to make you sing if you didn't. You know, like, I just want to make you know.
Yeah, I can't either.
No, you can't hear nothing.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
Can they hear us?
Yeah, they can hear us.
Okay. All right.
You keep rolling.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get it together. Look, it's the whole thing. I don't even know what to do anymore.
Nobody.
I don't even know what to do anymore. But this is what I really need you to talk about: the actual event.
Okay.
Okay. So tell them what the event's called, when it is, what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Workshops.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why we're here, right? So, so this year, September 22nd and 23rd, the Worship Gathering is back. San Antonio, we're back. This year, as you guys know, we always do worship concerts, and that's about it. We do a lot of singing and jumping around and acting crazy, sweating and stuff for Jesus. But this year, God put on our heart to have a 2-day session. So the first day, September 22nd, beginning at 10 a.m., we're actually going to have some WG summits. So we're going to have like a presentation of different speakers to encourage us and inspire us in our gifts and our abilities that God's given us, whether it's singing, whether it's dancing, whether it's playing instruments and stuff like that. We're going to have people to teach you how to sing. So if you want to come through, Lady Cleaver.
Wait, you said teach me how to sing.
We're going to teach you, and we're going to give you some vocal training and all that good stuff. I knew it was going to excite you because that's what you be doing.
I be wanting to sing.
Yup.
The Lord knew not to put that blessing in my mouth. I think you got it. I be walking around, Nika. That's my name.
Y'all be crazy. Well, you know what? Yeah, God knows.
He knew what to give me with. He knew what to give me with.
Right. So
but I really like that though, because so would you say? Because Zay Zay has a great saying that I just took away. We can sing, right? We just don't sound good doing it to other folks, right? Okay. It might not just sound the best, but we can sing though.
Well, God might still like it because he looks at the heart.
Right.
And judges the voices.
He
so
said God might still like it. But he did say might. He might.
God might.
I don't know. God like I got two, but I don't know.
What?
But do you think that everybody, like, can you teach anybody how to sing?
Honestly, I have this theory that anybody can learn how to be a good singer. Maybe not a great singer, but a good singer if they're not tone deaf. Some people are tone deaf and they were born, they just can't hear notes. So that to me is the hint that God didn't want you to say. Steer clear from that thing. Don't even go near it.
Right.
But
that's the hint.
That's the hint that God said, nah, just stay away from it. Do something else. But listen,
can you tell the difference between this thing and this thing?
That's exactly what I do.
No, ain't that the same thing?
Nah.
No, and you should go.
No, and you should go.
There is
1, 2, 3
a cake making workshop down the block. Please go to there.
That's the thing. That's the thing that I use to gauge people if they can sing good or not.
But if I can get the tone,
if you can
different
hear
tones,
and can you match notes? You want to try it?
Okay, let's try it.
Ooh, la.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it again. Let's do another one.
I'm excited.
La.
Do it again.
La.
La.
Yes.
I actually like your tone a whole lot.
Oh, I love it. Let's do two in a row.
Oh boy, hold on. So she was gonna be a comedian until about 30 seconds ago. She was looking for a career in comedy. Now.
But let me tell you something though. He got really advanced. Is this how quick the class is gonna go? Okay, so let's go that next one. La, 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 la. I got it.
Can we give her a hand? First of all, I like your tone a lot. So that's the foundation, and then there's some basic.
How much are the
techniques.
classes?
Well, that Saturday is $15 registration.
Oh, I got $15.
$15 registration. And it's
you talking my
It's
language.
gonna be a good 4.5 hours of different teaching and training and stuff. We're gonna have different sessions, so you can choose what you want to do and rock with those teachers and instructors.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm coming.
You gotta come.
I'm coming.
I got your registration too, because you've been so good to us.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But you know what though? That's cool because you have open mics as comedy, because that was another thing that I was like, man, I would love to try this comedy thing, you know? And I've been writing jokes.
What did you?
They're funny to me. They are so funny to me. I don't know about everybody else. Yeah.
They funny to her.
Okay.
I haven't done them yet.
God might like
God
her.
might like them.
Yeah, give it a guy.
But now you got me. But see, look, because who's making all that money in Las Vegas? Is it Brittany, Mariah? One of them.
Yes.
Both, right?
Yes.
They're making a ton of money, like $500,000 a show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, la.
right. That's not it.
I got to get these gigs.
Hey, come on.
So I love it. So we got workshops to teach
Yes.
how to sing and all that good
Yes.
stuff. What else are you going to do in the workshops?
We're going to have a panel discussion section where you can ask kind of questions about, anything pertaining to music ministry and your voice, instrumentalists. It's going to be a lot of pastors and different community leaders that's going to come and be on our panel and just rock with us. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. And then they're going to be able to answer tons and tons of questions. Any questions you have pertaining to your gift and ministry and how to use it, whether it's in church or outside the church. Because the thing is, God gave us our ability and our gift. And some of us feel like you can only do it inside the church if God blessed you.
Why do people think that?
Because I think they're sometimes religious, and they have that religious mindset, and they don't realize that God wants us to impact the whole world.
Because in something,
Yeah,
I'm ready for you. Because in something, I don't know where though. But I don't know if it's in the Bible, in the brochure, something. It's in something. It might be in the brochure.
It might be in the brochure.
But don't they say you got the church outside the wall?
You have to go ye. The Bible talks about when you get saved and you receive Christ. After that, your commission that God has given all believers is to go ye and preach the gospel. And that may not be just preaching. It may be singing. It may just be on your job. Just
preaching how?
I'm
making sure not to do that.
Are there classes for that?
We can add it for you. We'll have a special 2-for-1 special.
Just like how to sing when you get to that preacher moment. Because I get on my little stool here sometimes, and I want to be able to.
Come on, man. Yeah,
he was preaching last time he was here.
Right, she was. But it's about impacting the world, and you don't got to be super deep and just always doing the church. But you could be like a Fantasia. I don't know if y'all go to her concerts and stuff, but she inspires a lot of people. She impacts a lot of lives, and she's not up there. Actually, she is.
She is.
My bad.
2 songs.
She does.
2 songs.
My bad. She with that little uniform.
But
she
you're
be
right
going
though.
crazy.
You can.
I've seen her rock the stance, like she's singing and then suddenly like, oh, I gotta spread
stance
these.
comes and you be like, okay,
pull up the dress just a little bit so I can get my stance.
That's the Holy Ghost. That's she feels the Holy Ghost.
Take them shoes off and rock out.
Yeah.
And so that Saturday we're gonna be impacting people and reminding them that whatever God's giving you, man, rock it to the fullest and maximize the effectiveness of it. And so we're gonna give you some tools and some tips and encourage folk. And so you guys, man, are free.
So you said, and it's free, right? Catch that word. The concert part.
The concert
is free.
on Sunday is always
but
free.
But those lessons is $15. That's
You
great.
can't beat it.
You gotta come do that and support that.
Yep.
So you said catch the Holy Ghost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I had a friend. I have a friend. She's still around.
You have any friends? You had a friend. She's still a friend.
She, when she first started going to church, right, she was like, man, I want to get that feeling.
Yeah.
Because, you can go to church and people be up in there acting a fool, right?
Right.
There's some folks acting a fool.
It's true.
You'd be like, You didn't catch the Holy Ghost.
No.
What they say? You can't catch the Holy Ghost if you're looking at pastor to see if he see it.
Oh, come on now. Call it out.
Nah, man. If you paying too much attention to the audience,
call it out.
You ain't caught nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Because when you really do catch that Holy Ghost, like you catch it. You catch it. It's like. You crying, you can't stop. This is the feeling. You just like, oh my God. And that's what she used to say. She's like, I want to catch. I don't know how to catch it. I said, I don't know if he's throwing it like that, but but I don't know what to tell her. I was like, you just have to grow your relationship with God.
That's the key. That's
and
the
when
key.
you grow your relationship with God, it just
you begin to feel it. The more time you spend with anybody is the faster I think you can vibe with that person. And I think the same thing is with the Spirit of God. And sometimes it comes by praying and just spending time with them. Listen to the church music. Turn off some Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and all them. Even though I'm not knocking, I like it. But embrace God more. Listen to some spiritual tunes and just spend time in His presence and become sensitive to His presence. And I think that the more you spend time with Him is the more He'll just kind of, you know what I'm saying, vibe with you more, if that makes sense.
Because it was kind of funny. It was like, do I get to a certain level and then it starts coming? You know what I'm saying? Like if I go to church 24 times, on the 25th time, that right hand gonna come up.
You get the
bonus spirit's gonna come. Right. We're gonna inject you with. But you just have to. It's all about the relationship.
But we're all different people, and some people are more dramatic. I'm gonna be honest. Everybody in church, they're just very expressive, and that's their thing. Now, some people they just cry. Like Kendall, the young lady behind me, she's more of a.
She's like, don't be calling me.
She's more of a sensitive. She's one of our worship gathering members, and she's more of a calm, cool, collective type of hallelujah
but do you
type
just,
of Jesus.
Do you just cry when you feeling it? Does it just?
Yeah, like I get on my knees and stuff. I'm not like that.
She's not really dramatic. We expect people to be dramatic.
Usually mine is just the tears. Like I just can't stop the tears from coming. But they're not like Jesus loves me. I don't know. It's just a fulfilling.
But you know what? I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not. But to me, I like to parallel the spiritual world to intimacy, like in a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I say this?
You can.
Can I say this? Some people like stuff fast and dramatic and animated. Some people like stuff slow and real calm. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So it's
sometimes
about
you start off slow and end dramatic.
So you might be in church. So it depends. It's your relationship with God.
Yeah, and the type of person that you are.
And your personality. Don't let nobody put you in this box and say you have to act like this and be like this, or you have to go to church this many times. You know what I'm saying?
To finally get
a week to get it.
Yeah.
It's between you and God.
My favorite thing, of course, is dancing too, right? So and my James and them be jamming. So I be dancing. Now the funny thing is that sometimes I dance to them as the experience on Friday night, and Sunday morning I'm dancing because they got to make their extra money, right? My musicians have a band, right? So we go and support them, and when they're playing, so there could be a night where the church is at a gig, right? And so we're all sitting there dancing, having a great time, and dancing, and having great. And then on Sunday we see the same people, but we having a great time in church, right? Because they still sound beautiful, whether they in Breathe or in Greater Joy. But just saying,
Pastor Z.
I'm just saying they still sound beautiful regardless of where they at. But I'm literally like in church dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like I love this, my groove. Oh my God, that's my jam, you know? And then when it's your jam, what do? You run to the dance floor, right? If you at the club, you sitting down and your jam comes on, you run. When I'm at church and my dance comes on, I run to the front row.
Come on now. I'm gonna go to church for her.
It's the same thing. I'm not changing up anything. So I'm like, oh my God, that's my jam. And I'm right there, right in front of James.
I love it.
And it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same because my joy of the music and the expression. And then when I do hit that, or I've had that hard week, or I've had that whatever, and I already know God's real. I'll be like, I just sitting on the altar, and I'll be like, I'll just sit.
I appreciate that.
I just get on my knees, and I just be like,
I appreciate that.
I just tell the Lord, you already know I'm here. If I gotta speak it, I speak it too.
Yes.
But there's sometimes, to me, it's just the respect of being up at the altar on my knees saying, if it wasn't for you.
Come on. Can I say this? I appreciate your vibe of being authentic and real. A lot of people, we feel that church is that we have to front and put on and smile, but God is saying, be who you are, be real. You can't fake me out anyway. So
you can't fake him.
So if you had a bad day, why you got to put on for everybody else? And God's saying, just be real before me. It's okay to sometimes cry. You may have a day you feel like dancing and jumping and running, but sometimes you just want to say, God, I need you. God, I love you. I need more of you. I had a bad so I need your strength. In that moment, God becomes your strength giver because you're weak in that moment. So God said, I want to give you what you need, but you have to at least know what you need and come to me from this genuine place.
From an honest place.
You have to be true. The truth will set you free, and the truth will get you blessings and get you in this place where God's like, hey, okay, my child, hey, are you real with me? I'm going to be real back with you.
Yeah. You know what? It's so funny. Pastor Dante said, he just, God bless, they're about to move into their new church over at God Chasers.
Congratulations,
and doing great things over there. And I remember he put up a post one day and he said, God blesses the vision, the purpose, the work, so it's not like I'm blessing Dante. I'm blessing the purpose in which Dante's supposed to be leading, right? So I'm not blessing you, I'm blessing your purpose. Now you are the one, if you're obedient to take it on, you know what I'm saying, then you're going to receive the blessings that come with your purpose. So when I see that, I'm like, so again, when I think about it, what's my purpose? It ain't about me being up here, but why are we here? We're here to spread the information. We're here to, as long as we keep doing that, we'll keep getting blessed.
It's called provision.
Yeah.
God will give you a vision, and he'll always provide the provision with it if you're obedient to him. When we said yes to doing the worship gathering, God provided me with these awesome people behind you, some awesome singers that, they rock with me, and they understand the sacrifice level financially, vocally, physically. It's a call, but God will provide people. He'll provide finances. And we talked about it last over here. Right. But you have to be obedient to God and say, yes, I don't understand how it's going to happen.
But I'm in your will.
I'm in your will. I understand you gave me a purpose. And when you just surrender, put your hands on God, I don't know how, he'll just start, hey.
And here's the thing about it, it's when he says this, that is so truth. I've told the story 1,000 times. I prayed on Saturday.
Yeah.
Lord, I need someone who already knows what they're doing, that already has skills and talent.
Right.
That somehow don't need my money.
Come on, man. I think we would pray the same prayer. You better.
But you know what I'm saying? That understands
that
it. About the money, whatever it is.
Yes.
The fool walked in 2 days later.
Oh.
I was like, Lord, you're so
good. Won't he do it?
But the thing about it is, it's God when it aligns. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't God that sent him in, he would have been gone already.
Yes.
Right? So it's like, you're right. Like, I need this.
And I feel like it's confirmation. God saying you're on the right path.
I feel like that's exactly what it is.
And when you're on the wrong path, you be like, everything falling apart. God, are you in this? And sometimes God be like, nah, bruh. Let's rework this thing. Let's revamp this. You do what you want to do. You're not doing what I called you to do.
What I called you to do. And he'll break that thing all the way down.
Won't he do it?
Yeah. But it's cool, though, because when you know God's in it, you be like, man, this is exciting.
Right.
What's next? What's next? I don't know what's going to go on next.
Yes.
And you just know. And that's why I say, if you get up and do what you're supposed to do.
Get up and do what you're supposed to do.
He will bless you with the next
He will bless you. Yes.
And
yes,
I think about that. I think about that with Zay. I think about that with the folks that come in here. I'll be like, yeah, God brought. And I always know because they came with exactly what I needed. Right? Exactly. I mean, it'd be like this one dude, our newest guy came in, and I was literally just sitting here, and I was like, man, I really want, Lord, I need you to bless. Give me wherever I need to go. I need to get this camera so I could do a little bit of this. I need to get this, I need to get that. And I was like, I just don't. Let's just pray. Let's just keep working. This dude came in. He was like, look, man, I just really would like an opportunity in the platform. This is everything that I got. A camera. You know what I'm saying? I was like, come on in, Lord.
You hear this? But
it was because I knew. I was like, and when people ask me, they're like, well, who is this? Do you know who he is? I don't, but I know God sent him because he has all 3 things I just prayed
for.
He do it? So if I don't listen to that, then where's my connection with him?
Won't he do it?
If I question, that was just luck. No, that was God answering me.
Can I say something? One key word that she said, one thing she said as she was preaching and testifying, she said, I prayed, but then I just kept on working. I don't know if y'all heard when she said that. She said, I prayed about it, but I kept on working. The Bible says faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
Sometimes we pray for stuff, but we ain't doing crap. And we be just sitting on our rump like, God, well, I'm just going to wait until you. No, do what you can do. And let God do what he wants to do. But he's sometimes waiting for you to make that first step and show that level of faith. And that's why God blessed you. He's going to keep blessing you because you can respond in this form of obedience. I'm setting up.
I'm going to tell you this, and then we can both shut up. And they can sing, right. But look, when you say use your stuff and your obedience, but what I always say is, because I think the exact same thing, but what I also know is that he already knows the path, right? So he's prepared it. So even though I needed that camera, I had some cameras, right? So it was whether or not I was going to say, what can we do with this camera? Or was I going to say, well, we can't do nothing until I get a better camera, right? So that's to me, like, he's already provided you with what you need when you said that prayer from the beginning. It was already laid out there. You got to look at the stuff in front of you and work with it. Okay, work with what we got. And then once you do that and God sees you're a good steward of it, then he provides you more.
Pastor Cleveland, where your church at? We talked about this.
You're here. This is the church right now.
It really is.
But I definitely, I feel you, man. I love it. I love it.
I love it too.
Wow. Hey Zay, I love you.
Love you back.
He's so quiet and fabulous.
I'm just listening.
You've been blessed over there.
Yeah, man. Have you found a church? Do you go to church here?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. What's the name of the church?
What church you go to?
Why you gotta?
What's the name? Because his eyes kind of lit up like, I go to church.
I go to church.
I mean, I know that you believe in everything. I just didn't know if you found one.
I've actually been trying to find my spot, right? So I went to as a family, so it's what fits everybody, right? So we're all kind of going together. So I've only been to a few.
Okay.
Catholic. So Saint John Newman, that's up by our way. My wife used to go there when she was a kid. We moved into my wife's childhood home. I'm new to the city.
Yes. He just got here.
Welcome, bro.
And he's from New York. In Miami.
So up there with St. John the Divine.
Yeah.
And then we went for the past couple of weeks. We've been going to St. Anthony of
St. Anthony.
San Antonio Church.
St. Anthony of San Antonio.
I think I've been there too.
St. Anthony of Padua or something.
Good church.
Something like that. I went to a couple of the missions, which were really cool also. Just
because,
figuring it out.
Finding a church, though, that's a real thing.
Finding the covering.
Yeah, and it's not easy. It's not like you can just walk into the church next to you, and that's supposed to be the one that fits you.
Exactly.
So you do have to find a good place that fits you. A good pastor that fits you. Yeah. My boy says, if when you read something, find out something about the author. Right. So that's the same thing. He's giving us God's word, but we got to find something about the deliverer.
That's real as you.
Yeah, because you get, church scandal is something. There's scandal everywhere, but that stuff that we be trying to duck and dodge. I think the easiest way to duck and dodge church scandal is just to not be involved in it, huh? Just be there for the word and keep it pushing.
And keep it moving.
Wow.
Keep it moving.
That's the best way. I'd be like, did you hear? Nope, and I don't want to.
Did I hear from the Lord?
Right.
I did hear from the Lord. Yeah.
Did you hear what's in Psalms?
Right, because I know. Let me tell you, because my church folk, I already know when it ain't even right. So I'll be like, before I even start, I'll be like, Lord, forgive me for this gossiping I'm about to do, but I got to tell this girl. I just got to tell this girl this information. But it's not, I don't care if it's on the simplest level, right? Because it's just gossiping, right? So it don't matter. I'm not talking about gossiping about my past or anything. But if something happens, I'll be like, girl, did you hear? As soon as I hear myself saying that to someone who goes to my church, I stop.
Yeah.
I might not stop what I'm going to say, but I apologize.
Right.
Because I know that's the thing that leads the churches down the hill is that, did you hear that old girl that
right.
Did you know that all that mess stuff. And that is not what we're here to do. We are literally here to hear this word.
It's like what our friend Paul says, it's a perfect system until you add people.
It's gorgeous.
That's biblical,
yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, and it's so true.
So true.
People be messing stuff up all the time.
You can say that about everything.
Everything.
Boy,
Oh,
sit
goodness,
down
that's
somewhere,
perfect.
man. Just
Ooh,
chill.
people gotta be in there.
Yeah. Really messed that up.
Yeah,
Really
exactly.
messed that up.
Right.
Had promise.
But that's what's so cool about it too, because people can literally lift you up so much
Mm-hmm.
and bring you down so much. Like that one little thing could be like, oh my gosh, like I feel so connected.
Right.
And I feel so like I feel the Lord right now with us.
Right.
And then it could be like the exact opposite, right?
Yeah.
Like
That's-
the
that's
devil
real.
live in you.
That's real life. It's a thin line.
There's a thin line between it. But when you do feel that connection, that's one thing I like about church too. So
Yeah.
church to me is the refiller.
Yeah,
Right. So
absolutely.
and the teacher. So when I come across somebody that maybe they're an atheist or maybe they have a certain emotion or feeling about it, I not only because I don't know everything like where stuff is in the Bible. I ain't been there that long.
That's all right.
So
That's all right.
you know that's when I go to my pastor and I say, hey, this is a conversation that we were having.
Yeah.
Where in the Bible or what would I say or
Right.
what is the Christian side of
good.
this conversation?
Right.
So that's what I try to. That's what I use my church and my pastor and my
I
stuff
love
for
it.
is to arm myself for the world.
That's
So
good.
when somebody comes and says, "Oh, there's no Jesus," okay, I'm gonna tell you 2 reasons why there is.
Right.
I now can tell you in the Bible where it is because I went
Right.
to Bible study and my pastor told me, and I can tell you why I believe it is because of my personal testimonies of why I
Absolutely.
feel there's a Jesus. So
And
now
that's
I
even
feel
more
like
impactful.
I feel like I'm armed, right?
Yeah.
And then because of the hard weeks or the rough this, if you do have a relationship with people in your church, to walk into Sunday service and get a hug
Yes.
is like, oh, like I feel like I like there was a hole and it just sealed up. With every hug, it just sealed up.
Man.
So that's what I use church for my
love
people
it.
that I worship with to just
Embrace you.
and share the love and all that stuff. And then when I do want to give them the ugly cry, I know not nobody gonna take no pictures of me and not talk about me because I'm in there.
I'm gonna be like this.
Monday morning. Because you want to be able.
I'm good for that too. I am good for that.
But you want to be able to, but as long as you can still have fun with it,
Right,
and you
right.
know that you can still cry the way you want to cry,
Right.
and just know you're gonna whoop his butt after you're done, right? But you need
We
to be
still be
able to feel
friends.
comfortable in your worship
Right.
house, to fall
You
on the
have to be.
ground, you know,
Yeah.
cry, do whatever, and
Mhm.
someoe's gonna just be there and be like,
Come on, baby.
You're all right. Yeah.
that's it.
It's all right.
And for a while, that was my job in church. I found the criers.
It's okay.
That was your calling in life. She carried up.
She had the lotion.
The
Make sure I don't
tissues.
dry out.
Ooh, I got you.
She carried around a
Hit
box
you
of
with the
tissues
Yes.
for church.
I didn't want to be
That
the
was her
prayer
calling.
because the prayer person. I was like, no, I got to get too deep. I don't know that. I don't know
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's a heavy
So
calling.
that's a heavy calling with the
That's
prayer.
stage 5.
That's why when we do prayers here, it's the same prayer. I just changed the middle part.
I feel you.
Yep.
Same thing, changed
I
the middle.
love it.
So
Yeah.
I really like to be that person.
Come
She's
on.
crying. I got it.
Yeah, I love it. That's that comfort.
You know what I love?
What you-
Singing.
You love singing. You like
You like the
and
singing
whatnot?
part? No.
I do, and I heard that you guys can do that.
Oh.
I mean, a little bit. I mean, we do
I did have a few lessons before we started. So, okay, so what are we
Right.
going to sing? What? I'm just gonna go like this. She said, don't you dare. No, I know you. Okay, so that's that. Do you sing?
I do.
Look at me. I know you. And then, I'm just gonna be here.
All right. So what are we gonna? What do we want to do? What are we gonna sing?
We're going to sing a song called Let Praise Rise.
Let praise rise.
And can I give a little backstory on the song?
Absolutely,
It's a song
please.
that this young lady, I forgot her name, she used to attend this really popular Bible college called Oral Roberts University.
Oral Roberts.
And she wrote it while she was in school, man. And this song, it's all over YouTube. It's called Let Praise Rise. And forgot her name, but you can Google it and YouTube it and stuff. And she wrote the song years and years and years ago. And what had happened was me and my good friend Walter over there, my assistant, we decided to record the song. and we recorded and stuff, but we had some production issues and stuff. And before we knew it, some other famous people like took the song and they all covered it. And so the song, right, ain't that crazy? So we kind of put it in our back pocket. So we didn't release the song, but it's a song that a lot of people recorded. Todd Galbraith, I'm not sure if you heard of him. He's a very well-known worship leader out of South Carolina, doing some incredible things. And this lady named Miranda Curtis, she also re-recorded the song. So everybody did it, so we said, nah, we're going to just pass on it. But we're going to do something else. But anyway, but this morning, we're going to act like it's our song.
There you go.
And we're going to sing a snippet of it. Praises rise. That's our key. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Let praises rise from the inside of me. May you delight from the inside of me. Come feel my life from the inside of me. Set me on fire from the inside of me. All I want is for you to be glorified, for you to be lifted high. All I want is for you to be glorified, for you to be lifted high.
What? That's gorgeous. Very nice. Very nice. That was great.
Keep singing. We need more. All I want, let's go, is for you to be glorified, you to be lifted high. All I want is for you to be glorified, you to be lifted high. Let praises rise from the inside of me. May you delight on the inside of me. Come feel my life from the inside of me. Set me on fire. On the inside of me. All I want is for you to be glorified, for you to be lifted high. All I want is for you to be glorified, for you to be lifted high. All I want is for you to be glorified, you to be lifted high. All I want is for you to be glorified, you to be lifted high. All I want is for you to be glorified, you to be lifted high. All I want is for you to be glorified, you to be lifted high.
Yeah. Come on.
Yes.
We got another song. Yes. You got another one?
Okay.
We
So
good, bro.
here's a question.
I need one more.
So $15 and I can do this?
Yeah.
I mean,
for the low price
close
of
to it.
$15.99.
We could do it right now.
$14.99 plus tax.
You ready?
Yes, let's do it.
All I want is to be glorified.
Is
to be lifted.
All I want
is for you.
Is for you to be glorified. Okay,
You
you ready? You go high, I go low, right?
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
All I want
is to be lifted, is to be glorified, to be glorified.
To be, I think one of us is off. Wait, one of us is off. Who's off? I don't know if you're off. Is it me who's off? I don't know if it's everybody's off. We're all off.
TMZ. We got y'all. So take out TMZ.
Yeah. World star.
World star.
Nah.
But what key were we singing in?
Keys.
What that was?
We were singing in.
I followed his
Alicia
lead.
Keys.
I followed his lead.
We didn't have no keys.
You guys come through.
He tried to go low, so I had to go high.
That's what Michelle Obama said. We go low, we go high.
Exactly. So you know that's my song though. What song is that?
It's called "Let Praise Rise."
It's
another song.
That song, we love that.
Yes.
The other
The
song.
song on Sister Act, boo, where she says, "You go high and I go low."
What song is that? Oh,
Y'all know that
Eyes
one?
on the Sparrow.
Eyes are on the sparrow.
That's my song.
you better.
Are we gonna sing that? Are we gonna sing that?
Sing it at all.
Are we gonna sing that?
Kenny, you gonna rock it a second? One second.
Look at you.
Yeah.
She
Give
likes
us a little
that.
bit. Give us a snippet.
Give us a snippet of it.
Sing with your chest. Come on.
Yeah.
Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? And why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home?
Sing, Kendall.
When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is He.
Yes, baby. Yes, baby.
His eyes is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me.
And I sing
because. Come on. I'm with you. That was you. It was us on this one.
Yeah, y'all got it right one time.
He keeps pointing off. Like, no, that's
That
you.
ain't my kid.
That's you.
And I sing because I'm free. Oh, and I sing
Because I'm free. His eyes on the sparrow. And I know He watches over me.
Yes. Let me tell you something. You can't sing when if
got
you
to be kidding me
sing
right
and
now.
other people don't feel like they can sing. Right? That's
true.
what I feel as a mark
That's
of a
what I
good
say,
singer.
yes.
Like they sing and I be
They
like,
make
I
you
can
wanna-
do it.
They
Like,
make
I
you
feel
wanna-
I can do it.
They put you in that place.
Shower ministry.
You did that.
sing.
You did that thing.
But you know you did. I love it.
nice.
And I s-
Right. I don't
right.
come up with a song, man.
Can you guys tell me
Look, we all
each one of your favorite songs?
Ooh, a favorite song. Can I say
Sometimes that's hard, right? Okay, so let's
like
go
which,
with.
I want your
let's
favorite
go with.
praise team song.
Let's go with.
Do you know praise team songs?
I don't know. Go ahead. That's fine.
We'll start from that side. Let's name one. Say it.
Which
Jacob.
the one that's like I clap when I'm happy or when I dance for the Lord and I clap for the Lord and it's like a really
Freedom?
I don't know. I don't know the name of anything, but I know the words.
That's that the one?
I don't think
It
so.
ain't that
We've never done that. We've never done that move.
That's more of a song that makes you.
It's yeah, okay. Apparently we don't know how to pick.
Okay,
we don't know how to pick favorite songs.
So what is the last song for each one of you guys that made you like sing it out loud in the car like you and I gotta rewind, I gotta keep singing it. in the car when nobody's watching?
The last song is "Never Alone" by Tori Kelly and Kurt Franklin.
Okay, Never Alone.
It just came out last week.
Oh,
and it's been on repeat all week.
Okay.
So-
All right. Who's next?
Nice.
King of Glory, Todd Delaney.
Nobody can hear you, man. Talking to a microphone.
King of Glory, Todd.
Always on repeat.
Okay.
King of Glory, Todd Delaney.
I like
Okay.
it. King of Glory.
This is how I fight my battles by Michael Smith.
What's
Ooh,
that?
I like this is how I
This is how I
fight.
fight my battles.
Michael Smith.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Mine has also been Never Alone.
Never
Tori
Alone.
Kelly and Kurt Franklin.
Yeah.
Kelly and Kurt
You've been
Franklin.
jamming that one, huh?
Okay.
Probably It Wasn't Me by Shaggy.
Okay. And then you just kept, it just moved
touched
you.
me
It
in a
moved
special
you.
way.
Right
It
here,
moved
where it counts.
It wasn't me because
wasn't me by
sometimes
Shaggy.
we want to.
Okay. No, but can we talk about that real fast? Can we talk about that real fast? You know my jam. What's my jam? From Marley, The Light.
Somebody tell me no.
Somebody tell me no. So that song is like on my repeat for me. And it's a Marley, right? But he talks about the light. And we are the light. And we're supposed to be out there shining the light, right? And every time I hear that song, I'll be like, somebody tell me now. And they be asking, like, where are my lights? Where are you? Where are you at? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing right now? Man, I love that song. We're going to play
It sounds dope.
It's
We gonna
great.
dance to it.
Somebody tell me no. But it's like, I really love that song because to me, when I think about the light, I'm thinking about the Spirit. I'm thinking about God.
I love it.
And I think about the fact that we're supposed to be light, right? As Christians, for
what we're
sure.
supposed to be.
And so, you know, when I hear that song, where are my lights? Where is the light? We are the light. We are the people that are supposed to be doing these things. And I always try to remind everybody that. Don't stop blaming the pastor, blame the congregation, man. What's the congregation doing? Don't blame the church, blame the neighborhood, because the people in the neighborhood go to the church. Like
She on again. Here we go.
But it's just I love that song, man. Y'all gotta find it.
Yes.
Get it. Okay, one more song. 'Cause
Okay.
We almost at that time.
Let's sing.
Shaggy.
I won't.
It wasn't me.
My favorite praise song is Every Praise. Glow says, I won't complain. Is her favorite song.
God's been so good to me. Is that the same song?
Yeah.
Hey, he's been so good to me.
I won't complain. That's all I always say. I won't complain.
That ain't the next part. What's the next part?
This is not on.
Okay, let's sing a song.
This is not on their playlist. Okay. All right. All right. One more song on your playlist.
Let's
go.
do.
That wasn't my key, bro. I'm sorry.
That's a song.
They know how to stay in their lane, don't they?
They stay too. The splendor of the King, clothed in majesty. Let all the earth rejoice. Let all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide, and trembles at his voice, and trembles at his voice. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will sing, how great is our God? Oh, sing it with me, how great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? Oh, we'll see how great is our God. Oh, second verse says, age to age he stands, and time is in his hands. Beginning and the end, beginning and the end. He's a Godhead, 3 and 1. Oh, he's a Father, Spirit, and Son. He's a Lion and the Lamb. He's a Lion and the Lamb. We say, how great is our God? There's nobody like him. There's nobody greater. Our God. And all will sing, how great is our Everybody singing.
How great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God.
Nobody like him.
Oh, we'll see how great
is our God.
Is our God.
Oh, how great is our God. We say, sing with me, how great. Put your hands on it. And all will see how great is our God. One more time. Oh, how great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. Oh, we'll see how great is our God. Hallelujah.
And sing.
Oh my God. You're wonderful.
I'm sorry.
You can't get a church song without saying
hallelujah.
That's the code.
They like it.
Wonderful.
It was great.
Oh my gosh, that was so good.
Can we shout?
I mean, I'm just saying. How great
is
our God. I love it.
Music and worship can just transcend
It
everything
does.
and shift your focus.
And I would say the line before the last line, I was like, oh. I can feel him. Like it's just certain ones, you know. And then you just start, and that's the thing about worship. Like I always says, there are people like, especially in our church, you know, when people are like, oh, how great. Now you know God is greater than that. Like when you sing it, like when you let it go, it just feels so good. And that's and you can tell when the congregation finally lets it go. It's almost like we screaming, but it sounds right. Right? Like it's on tune.
Right.
You'll be like, how great! But it sounds so good when everybody's singing it because you finally put the feeling of like, I really think God's great.
Yep. Right.
And then when you really do that, like it just sounds good all the way across the board and you start getting these goosebumps. And I know they was out there singing out there too.
God will tune you.
Yeah.
But you know what you're hearing? What you're hearing is that's your soul singing. There's a scripture that says, I will bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that's within me. It shifts from just singing just a bunch of random words and lyrics, but when your soul begins to cry out, oh my God.
Spirit begins to flow.
Yeah. How great is our God, man. Everything ain't perfect in my life. You know what I'm saying? Lost my job. This happened, but God, you are a great God. And as long as I have you and I have your presence, I'm good to go.
Yeah. And so that's why I like Greater Joy too, because you see, I'm like doing when I start singing, and I'll go up to me, I'll be like, sing me, and I literally do that.
Everybody in the church.
And people are like, I got you. And I'm like, okay, cool. Next
I love it. Let's do this.
So I'm like, but you know, I be trying to get on the praise team, and James is like, look, man. I don't know if that's your call.
Oh no!
You the greeter. I'm such a great greeter. Right. That's all right though. I'm gonna get on this $15 and I'm gonna come back next Sunday. I'm gonna be like,
she coming for you, James.
me.
I love it.
I is ready for this thing. I do too, guys. Tell them the date again, how to sign up, how to get in contact with you, website to go to, all that good stuff.
All right. So, worship gathering. It's called the Worship Gathering Weekend. 2 days full of worship. Just a total worship experience starting September 22nd and 23rd. Feel free to find us on Eventbrite. Tickets start at $15 for Saturday. If you want a VIP package, there are packages available for a little more. All details, again, are on Eventbrite. Or you can go to Josh Hurt Presents the Worship Gathering on Facebook or the Worship Gathering on Instagram. And we have a Snapchat as well. So
we got everything.
The concert on Sunday is free.
Oh my
we
gosh,
have people
yes.
coming from all over to be a part of this. We have Nye Washington from Dallas. We have Tamala Hairston and
Joshua
Cecil from
North
World
Carolina.
Worship.
Yeah, crazy.
We have Stanley Johnson,
And guess who else we got? We got Christabel Clack.
Christabel
San Antonio's own. If you guys,
San Antonio native.
Christabel Clack, man. If you guys have never heard of her, she's traveled all over with Israel Houghton by herself. Incredible gospel artist, man. She'll be rocking with us as well.
Yeah, it's going down. If you want to be a part in a financial way, we do have a souvenir book where you can promote.
Jesus is Lord.
Come on now.
If you want to promote your business, yourself, your church, just let us know. You can message us at Josh Hurt. Or Josh Church Presents The Worship Gathering, or email us at theworshipgathering@yahoo.com if that's something that interests you. This your souvenir book. This souvenir book will be seen by hundreds of people.
Thousands.
Hundreds, thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
So it's a great platform to have your stuff.
We didn't say hundreds of thousands. We said hundreds and thousands. We just said it
Hundreds and
really fast.
thousands.
We said it really fast. Hundreds and thousands.
Yes.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And so this event will be at Resurrection Baptist Church in Church, Texas.
Yes.
1002 Live Oak Road.
Yes.
Full page ad 125, half page 75, 1/4 page 40, business card $25. I know you got $25 to advertise yourself, baby. So make sure that you definitely got the links in the feed already. So Stephanie, you got your Facebook link. They would like to promote their church. Fantastic.
And then also we have a raffle that will be kicking off today. Y'all, we have raffle prizes. We have 2 tickets to David and Tamla Mann's tour.
Bro.
We got a couple tickets to the Laugh Out Loud comedy jam.
Oh my God.
We got a couple tickets to the Lecrae concert.
Bro.
Y'all, we got gift bags from the Makara Hotel and Spa. It's the #1 hotel and spa in San Antonio.
Beautiful.
And we have a chance for you to win a free recording session and writing session.
So how much are tickets?
$5 for one
$5
ticket.
for a ticket.
If
And
you
then-
want 5 tickets, you can pay $20.
I love it.
$5 for
buy 4 get one free.
ticket, or
Yeah,
you can get
basically.
5
Get one
tickets.
free. Buy 4
5
get
tickets
one
for
free.
$20.
And then the workshop is
$15 for
$15.
just getting in. If you want a VIP package, they a little bit more.
All right, got you.
What's the one-on-one package?
The one-on-one.
Yeah, so that you can turn around and be like, "Oh, I got something y'all don't know about."
Right. Well, you know, I'm all about support here in the people, so sign these up with one $15 pack and ticket.
Okay. Woo!
God bless you. How great is our God?
I will see how great is our God.
You sound good, girl.
I be trying to tell James to put me on the choir.
Who will match this $20?
I'm just
right. Somebody match it.
I'm just saying, listeners out there, people out there, get your tickets, get your stuff, buy some raffle tickets. Y'all see, we don't just talk about it, we be about it as well. So support is definitely the key. That's how we get to the next level, is to support each other to get to the next level.
Absolutely.
So I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Of course, don't go anywhere,
My
because
pleasure. It's been great.
we gotta end the show.
Oh.
I know, man.
No.
It happens.
No.
Come see us. Come see us. Come see us.
No. Before we end, there are 10 people that can match this.
10 people.
I see. He's the marketing promotion.
Come on,
guy.
Jacob.
Before we leave this,
right now.
2 minutes and 25 seconds. I need 10 people.
10 people.
To tell us that you is going to match this $20.
Right.
Don't do it for us. Do it for the kingdom. Do it for the people. Do it for the uplifting of each other.
Well.
Right. You got 2 minutes now. You're down to 2 minutes now. I'm just saying. You know, and definitely share this. We're on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook all at the same time. So if you see us on any aspect, share it. If you have any questions or if you have a donation, call the station. I'll get the money to the boys. Don't you worry about it. Just don't bring me no cash. Someone dropped off $35. meanwhile, it was $55. I love it. I'm just saying. I would tell you though. I would be like, They dropped off 55. Here's 35. I kept 20. I was hungry. I had to get some gas. I had to bring it to you. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
then there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, thanks, Nico.
Appreciate you.
Bro,
Yeah.
There's
nothing you can do.
She took a cut. Yeah.
Right off the top.
Oh man, I try to do things good though. I do things right, the right way, and the right way would be to invoice everybody, right? The godly way is come on in. See, they don't want me to start talking about that. They don't want me to talk about that. Girl, you got a song for everything, don't you?
She on some more invoices.
Or today.
I pray.
Come on, let him use it, brother.
You pay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir. All right.
We like to end every show with a prayer. Will you guys join us?
We would love to.
All right.
Yes. I'm gonna get. Let me get all up in there. All three of us. There we go. All right, dear Lord, thank you so very much for waking us up for another day and giving us another opportunity to uplift the kingdom. Thank you for this fantastic group of individuals that are here working hard day to day to continue to raise your voice, to raise awareness of how good God really is. So please give them the strength that they need, give them all the tools that they need, lead them down the path that they need to get everything done in your will, in your way, to celebrate you. We just give them all the blessings and all the praise in the world for getting out there and doing the work. So thank you, Lord, for this group of people. Give us traveling grace today, and of course, let's keep joy in our hearts knowing that all things are possible through you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen, amen, and amen.
Amen.
All things are possible.
I'm just saying. I keep it the same, baby. They gonna figure it out.
This is great, man. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
guys so much.
Yeah,
we will see you
absolutely.
tomorrow.
Yes,
And
yes.
as the good man says,
Who walked in? Sorry.
where's the good man at? What does he say? As the good man says.
We love you guys with everything. Keep it sexy, keep it classy, and of course, keep it clean, San Antonio. We love you. We're going to see you guys tomorrow. Mwah! Kissy face.
We out. We out.